Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a beginner's 101 guide to eyeliner. One of my dear friends at work brought this to my attention saying, can you do a video on how you do your winged eyeliner? So you know who you are. Big shout out to you. I won't say your name because I'm not too sure if you would like me to, but a big shout out to you and thank you for suggesting this video. But this is just basically going to be a video on how I do my winged eyeliner, a few different tips and tricks and products that I've used. I'll use about 3 to 4 different products I think in this, but let me know what you guys think, and if you'd like to see other videos like contouring, highlighting or foundation or anything like that. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll leave all the products I used somewhere mentioned in the video or down in the description below. I normally mention them anyway, but let me know what you guys think and what you would like to see next. Let's jump into it. So I've brought you guys in a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. But the first liquid eyeliner I'm going to be using, this is a really cheap and affordable eyeliner, especially for beginners. This is the e.l.f. Cosmetic liquid eyeliner. This is a brush version. I started out using this one to do wings, but pretty much there's a few different ways that you can do this. I'm just going to be using a freehand on this one. I'll show you guys how that goes, and then I'll move on to some different techniques that you guys can do. So whenever you're doing eyeliner, you're going to want to have a portable mirror or standing close to a mirror. That's how I find works out best, and you guys can obviously see that I'm recording with my phone still. I haven't quite managed to get myself a decent camera or find a decent camera, so if you've got any recommendations for any cameras for videotaping, let me know. But I'm just going to go into the e.l.f. eyeliner. And I'll hopefully be able to show you guys what I do. So what I like to do first is, I'm going to do a few different stages of this, is I go from about the middle point of my eye and I line out to the point where my lashes stop. Just like that. And then imagine you're creating a line from your lower lash line all the way up to the tip of your brow, where your brow finishes naturally. If you don't have brows, just literally put an object in there and imagine your brows finish. It's almost like you can sort of feel the bony part of your brow bone where it starts to flatten out in that sort of area. You can feel it coming through there. I'm just going to draw very faint, very small line just as a guide to act as where I'm going. This doesn't have to be perfect as of such yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to either have my eye closed or just have my eye slightly closed. That way I'm reducing the wrinkles on my lid, and I'm going to go about halfway down, or not halfway but about quarter of the way down that line from the top. And I'm going to draw a diagonal triangle like that. I don't know if you can see it because my lash is in the way. Just like that. You guys can experiment and play with different sizes and different shapes of wings you want, but this is just the basic one that I do normally every day. And then I just like to fill that in. The pigmentation on this eyeliner isn't hugely strong, so if you're just starting out, it's a perfect eyeliner to start out with. But for me, I like a little bit more pigmentation in my eyeliner. And what I'm going to do now that I've got that triangle base pointed out is I'm going to extend a little flick, as you call it, and to do that I'm going to go working in very small light brush strokes. I'm almost pushing down then releasing, really sort of that push flick like releasing the pressure as I go up, if that makes sense. Just like that. And you can fix up. 21, 22. Okay. So now that our outer triangle's done, you can sort of see, looks like that, and like that. I'm just going to fix up the little corner down here. He's looking a little bit bare at the moment. But just fiddle around with what shape, style, and intensity you like. Now that that's done, I'm going to continue on. Might just do the 3/4 way liner for this one to show you guys a brief idea. So normally for a 3/4 length line that I do, I normally start roughly where my lashes start. I don't know if you can see it, but that's about there. So I'm just going to very lightly and as close to my tight line or my upper waterline as I can, I'm going to start to draw a very thin line and connect it up with what I've done over here. So if I actually had some product on the brush, it might be helpful. Just like that. And then I'm just going to, you're almost sort of drawing in a curvy shape, but not too much of a curve. But I'm just going to thicken up that line to match the wing on the outer part. I think this eyeliner is starting to dry out, so I do apologise. If you guys notice that the pigmentation of your eyeliner isn't there, it could mean that it is drying out, which I think this one is, because I've had this one for many years. There you go, that's just a very basic general wing that I do, and I reckon that's actually the thinnest I've ever gone on top of the lid. But generally what you want to try and aim for when you're doing a wing like this is you want to have the thickest part on the outer part of your eye and going in on a diagonal sort of into potentially the inner corner of your eye, so it's like thick, medium, thin, if that makes sense. But that's the brush type of liner, and on this eye I'm going to show you, if I can do it, I'm going to use this one. This is the Scandalized Thick and Thin Eyeliner. This is a felt tip liner, so if you guys can see, comes out like that. This is a waterproof one, but generally I find it a lot easier to use more of a pen type than a brush type. I just feel I've got more control with that, but it all depends on what products you guys want to use and how well you guys can use them. But I'm going to be using the felt tip liner on this one. I haven't used this one necessarily as much. I think I tried using it once when I was up in Mildura for Easter, but again, don't hold me to that. But this is going to be interesting because I'm going to be crossing my arms over a bit. So generally with the opposite eye, I'm right-handed, so this is my left eye. I will generally either try and go down and create that triangle first, or I'll try and neatly as I possibly can do that other line. So I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here. I might just start halfway again. Bring it down. Yeah, this is the interesting part. This is the side that I can never get the wing right. And obviously this liner is very thick. I think I'm using the thick part. I normally don't like using this liner, purely because when I go to use it, it's too thick. So I've used, oh gosh, apologies there for the messiness. So if your eyeliner ends up being a little bit messy like that, you can either try and cover it with concealer, or another trick to do is grab a makeup wipe. Just use your dominant pointer finger if you want to, and just very carefully close your eye, and it should thin itself out. And of course it may smudge a bit like it is now, but that's easily cleaned up like that. And I'll just go back in and try and put it out like so. This wing obviously isn't perfect, but generally not too bad. This is my first time ever properly using this marker as well, so this is a new experience. But generally I'll use a different type, which I'll get to in a minute. So again, you can sort of see that it's more thickening out. You can leave it, if you're happy with how it looks on your eye like that, depending on your eye shape and everything, you can leave it like that, but I'm going to attempt to neaten that up. If not, I'll move on to the next product here. This one is pretty good for intensity, but not so good for someone like me. So I probably could have come out a little bit further on this one towards my eye, outer eye, as I did on this one. But you generally get the idea. Obviously that one looks a little bit more dodgy than this one. So I'll wipe these off and I'll get back to you guys with the next two products. So I've got it off, and you can see that I look a little bit tired from the makeup wipes, but I have had a very long day and I am getting a little bit tired. Just make sure it's all off. Okay, so the next product I'm using, I don't necessarily use on a daily basis as well, but this is a pencil version. This is going to be interesting because I'm going to need both my hands to do this. Oops. The lighting. But virtually what you want to do with this one is, I find the best way is to gently pull on my eye like that and just line your top line as you normally would, and I'm not sure if I'll do a wing with this one, but I'll show you guys that method. And this is a gel pencil too, by the way. I normally find that gel pencils or gel liner in general smudge, look a bit too blotchy for me. I think that's just because I haven't gone for the higher end range. This is more of the drugstore cosmetic ones, but I haven't had too much success in terms of gel liners. I normally use this one as a waterline. But you can slowly build that up as well. So that's just a basic eyeliner. I don't know if I want to attempt a wing at this, so I'm just going to leave that. That's one way you can do your eyeliner. Stretch your eye. You can do it with liquid liners as well. Just stretch your eye out, line generally your waterline or your tight line, and then draw your wing in. I'm now going to shift across and grab some sticky tape, and I'll show you the next method. Okay, so for the next technique and liner that I'm going to be using a bit of sticky tape. Normally the weak strength sticky tape works best, but if you've got a strong sticky tape, what I do is I just sort of weaken it off just by rubbing it on my skin, taking it off. Really, generally, because is around our eyes is only a very thin layer of skin, and over time, if we keep pulling and tugging at that, the skins will start to crease and fold, and you'll get wrinkles early, which isn't very good. But generally, when you want to place your tape, you want to place it from the outer inner corner of your eye or from your lower lash line up and connect it to your brow. This also helps for a cat eye shape. So I'm just going to go in as close to the lash line as I can go without tearing off my lashes, and just connect that like so. You want to make sure that when your eye is closed or slightly down, you haven't got any folds or creases like this little one here. So you just need to keep adjusting until that is in the right spot. Like so. Okay, so for this time I'm going to be using my favourite and go-to eyeliner. This is more of a brush slash pen combination of two eyeliners into one. It's a brush tip. This is the Maybelline Hyper Sharp Wing Liner. It looks like so, and it's got, there's a camera, a thick point and a thin point. You can see the thin point there and the thicker point. So I'm going to do how I normally do my eyes, and I'm going to start doing my wing, and then I'll come back in for that. So to do that way, you're literally going to sketch. It's okay if you go on the tape, because that'll just come off when you peel it off. But I'm going to be using the thin side, just carefully drawing a straight line up. It doesn't have to be perfect because we can extend that flick later. And then I'm going to look down or into the mirror. And draw my triangle, like so. I'll fill it in. Now, depending on which way you're working in, if I'm working on my opposite hand to eye ratio, I'll come in this way, but if I'm working on generally the side that my hand is, I'll work backwards. Just working in slow motions and strokes. If you need to blink, allow yourself to blink, because if you blink when you've got the eyeliner, it's just going to go halfway up your eye, which is not going to be good and will wreck the beautiful eyeshadow that you guys have put on. If you guys want to make a thicker liner, you can use the thick point, but I like to build up shape and volume with the thin side. So I feel like if I go too thick, then it's harder to go rub away. And the colour of this one's pretty intense too, and it dries matte. And I might even show you guys how to do a cat eye with this one. So with a cat eye, you're going to almost extend your inner corner down and make another tiny little triangle. Let's see if I can get in a little bit closer to show you. Literally just drag it down. This normally works well if you've got black eyeliner on your waterline, but it can work just as well without having it as well. Depending on how dramatic you want your cat eye also is ooh, don't poke yourself in the eye. Depending on how far in you go and how far out you go will depend on how dramatic your cat eye is. I find that also the thinner point helps me get really precise lines when I'm doing this. This doesn't have to be perfect. So now that I've got the basic shape, you can see that here it just goes fat, then skinny. So I'm going to try and create that gradient. Just working in very small strokes. Just like so, and remove the tape. I generally find that going in towards the eye, just very carefully pull that away. You can see we've got a nice good clear line, and I'm just going to extend, doing again very small lightweight brush strokes. Like so. So you can see that's sort of got a slight curve onto it, but still pretty on point. So I'm going to do the other eye, and I'll jump back with you. And there you have it, guys, my easy 101 guide to eyeliner. You can obviously tell that my eyeliner is a bit uneven, but I just did the same technique going out and then back in and working my way in with this eye. But generally pretty happy with how these ones turned out. Let me know if this was helpful to you guys, and let me know what you guys want to see next. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. Alright guys, see you guys next time. Bye!